Hi, Mike here. In this video, I'm going to share with you an interesting experience setting up a smart villa in rural Sri Lanka. I've owned a smart home business and have been setting up smart homes in Singapore since 2014.
This villa belongs to a long-time customer.
Back in 2016, we helped him to convert his home from an old X10 system to Z-Wave.
So if you remember, X10 is like the grandfather of DIY home automation. Fast forward to 2020, when he started planning this villa, we were involved from the beginning.
The plan was to guide a local smart home provider in Sri Lanka. So we provided remote training and remote guidance, but things didn't go well.
In the end, the owner engaged us to fly over and do the setup in just 2 days. Getting there was quite an experience, a flight to Colombo, then a 2-hour car ride to Weligama. If you ever heard of Weligama, it is a popular surfing spot, and the villa is roughly around 10 minutes from the beach. But the best part, this is not just any house. It is a 3-story, 6,000 square foot villa built on top of a hill that used to be a cinnamon plantation. Okay, so this is the view, right? Absolutely stunning. For the smart home setup, the owner went all out. He bought and shipped over 100 MCO Z-Wave switches, 7.1 smart ceiling fans, and around 25 controllers for his motorized blinds. On top of that, there's also 10 Sensible for his air conditioning. So that's really quite a serious setup for a holiday home. And really, the effort to build this villa is not easy at all. You know, as city folks, we take things like electricity, water for granted. Over here, everything have to be built from scratch. They had to lay cables from the foot of the hill all the way up for power. For water, you have to dig a well and set up a pump system to bring the water all the way up to the villa. Even the road leading to the property had to be carved up from the hills. You have to cut the trees, you have to level the slope just to make it barely drivable. Now, actually this is not a how-to video, and honestly I wish I had taken more footage of the setup process. So I'm just posting some of these videos, clips along the way. Okay, so first day, basically it's just pairing and more pairing, right? For every switch, I had to pair, rename, assign it to the correct room, and then move on to the next one. The local guys that paired everything without renaming and organizing properly, so basically I had to redo everything, right? Checking which switch control which light. It took me around one day or 1 day plus to do all this. So when it comes to the motorized blind, wow, this is even more trickier. Luckily, there's a local electrician to help me assess the blinds using scaffolding, but the way they work here confirm cannot pass Singapore's safety regulations. Just check it out. There's no harness, no safety lines, just pure guts. I was holding my breath the whole time watching them work. By the evening, I took a short break, headed to the Veligama beach and grabbed dinner. The vibe there really chilled. Very different from the usual tourist spots. It felt a bit like Krabi than say Phuket, right? So that's for the beach. And day 2 was all about fine tuning. I have to stabilize the Z-Wave network, repair devices if needed, set up automations and flows, and make sure two-way switches work properly. And finally, once everything had been set up, HomeKit was also being set up for the 2 Homey Pros that were deployed. It took some extra time, but once everything was configured, the system was rock solid. One thing I appreciated was the hospitality. The villa had a butler who cooked 3 meals a day during my stay. The owner also had a dedicated staff quarter for his driver, butler cum chef, and an assistant who would take care of the place while he is back in Singapore. Luckily, after wrapping up the setup, I finally had some time to dig in the infinity pool. Best way to end the trip. Sri Lanka really surprised me. The roads better maintained than Malaysia. No pothole at all. The people super friendly, and the food, I love their curries. It's not so thick as Indian curry and a bit tangy like Thai curries. So damn solid. Right. Okay, so that's all for this one. Like and subscribe if you want to see more smart home content. This is Mike signing out.